znači ja ovdje izbacim, poradimo se. Samo za ovdje kajem da bacimo svi. I malo se je smirirala, a tu je bila laka. Onda smo stalno, kad je nešto likovno, ajde ti. I smirirali se i tu se našli. A to ono ja sam išla za ono divlje. Uvijek sam. Ali gore. Zanimaj dobro hranu. Da, sigurno. Svaki mi je platno.
Točno. Aha, kao pitanje, ovo moraju znati. Začitao sam za čovječu listu.
Odlično. I nekako s temi besedami kao zaključio predstav.
So, they are created now because they are too big. There are 2 education centers here too. And they are going to have their normal subjects, some Croatian and arts and something. And then they are going to have a Zoom program with math and School on the Move. School on the Move Zoom math program. So we are invited. You can come also here if you want. You can change any time if you want to, but I think we can start there. But be careful of this. I can translate you. Okay. So,
Welcome everybody. I will be speaking in Croatian, but if you have any questions, please feel free to ask after the class. Bog klinci, kaže da je Marija, to već znamo. Znamo kako se treba ponašati kad smo u zoološkom vrtu, je li tako? S obzirom da imamo 2 životinje koje su nam gosti danas, onda ovdje mora biti tišina. Se možemo dogovoriti oko toga? Super, odlično. Kroz program ćemo onda pokazati te životinje i moći ćete ih podragati. Onaj tko želi, onaj tko ne. Pa ćemo se malo prebaciti na sisa. Kad smo gotovi sa pticama, znam da znaš da je šišmiš. Svi znaju. Okej, sve jedno. Dakle, sad ćemo malo pričati o sisavcima. To nam je druga skupina životinja. Jeste čuli kad za sisavce? Jel znate možda nekog sisavca? To smo mi bravo. Što je zajedničko svim sisavcima? Sve životinje imaju zuba, dobro? Ne samo sisavce.
šišmiša. Pa 2010. 14. noć šišmiša. Pa to će se po redu noć šišmiša slaviti ove godine. Razmisli koja je godina, ja neću reći, znamo, učili smo. Koja je sad godina? Ako je 2010. bila 14. noć šišmiša, koja po redu će se održavati ove godine? Bruna. Kako? Nisi dobro računala, ajmo računati. 2010. godine, prije koliko je to godina bilo, Gabriel Zigu? 2010. je bila prije koliko godina? 2010 godina. I ako je tad bila 14. noć, koja će onda ove godine se obilježiti?
24.
Bravo, Gabriel. Kako si došla do tog rezultata?
Prvo sam došla do 2010. onda sam do 4.
O, zanimljivo si ti došla do tog rezultata. Jel razumijemo? Ako je prije 10 godina bila 14. po redu, 10 godina kasnije 14 plus 10. Možemo dalje. Evo.
Što mi je?
Ej, ne pričam. Tako,
Bravo, znači pravo trinčelovica, odlično. Sad, s obzirom da je to jako velika život, ovaj automobil, znači vas negdje 6, 7 može stati u njegovo srce. Dobro? A što mislite koliko je naše srce veliko? Ajde, pokaži mi isto slukama. Slatko nam pokaže. Dobro. Ovako. Vi imate velika srca. Naše srce je veliko otprilike kao naša lijeva šaka. Ajde se razviji. Nisu očeci, nego ova prva dva. Pogledajte još malo. Pogledaj još malo jedni drugima. Jesu to naši najveći zubi? Isto tako i kod slona, znači to su njegova dva najveća zuba. Sad osim tih, naravno slon ima još jedan zub i slon u svojim ustima ima još dva zuba gore i dva dolje. Koliko je to sve ukupno zubi? Koliko je sve ukupno? 6, bravo. Znači on sve ukupno ima 6. Okay. Ovo ću vam isto poslati, znači ovo dijele Ok, idemo na brzinu na iduću skupinu, ovo je
Nema veze ako si kriza. A sad, ja ne znam koliko oni zajedno ukupno imaju kilograma. Vi koji ste riješili, pogledaj ovdje, slušaj upravo. Pokazat ćete mi rješenje pomoću pokreta vašeg tijela. Broj koji ste dobili, ukupan broj kilograma, ćete mi pokazati ovako. Broj desetica čučnjem, a broj jedinica pljeskanjem. S tim da ću vam ja pokazati da, na primjer, broj 21. Koliko ima desetica, koliko jedinica? Nikak.
2 desetice i 1 jedinica.
Koliko bi ti onda puta čučnula, a koliko pljeskanjem?
Tako bi čučnula 1.
Odlično. Sad ovaj broj, ukupan broj kilograma šarana ćete mi pokazati čučnjevima i pljeskanjem. Ja ću vam davati ritam, nemoj kretanje. Ovako čučnješ, malo ćeš ubrzati čučnjeve, u redu. Krećemo. 3, 4. Neki su dobili točno, neki krivo. Koliki je rezultat? Marko Pjanić. 42 kilograma.
Can you show us one more time, Marina, please? Can you show us one more time 42, please? Pokažite nam još
Ajmo još jednom
42.
42, sad svi. I koji su točni, koji su krivo. Svi 42 ćete nam pokazati, Leona i ti, Zlato. Nema veze što niste riješila, Leona i Bruna. Krećemo. 3, 4. Polako. 4. Sad pljesak. Gotovo. Bravo.
Bravo.
Ajmo dalje, čitaj Gabriel Pik da tada. Nema veze. Gabriel, to nisi uopće razumljivo pročitao, pa ću ja ponoviti. Šaran kojeg je ulovio treći ribar ima 12 kila manje od prvog i drugog zajedno. Znači 12 manje nego ova dva zajedno. Kolika je težina trećeg? Neka ustane, pripremi se da mi pokažeš opet pomoću pokreta svog tijela. Može manje minus veći. 12 Ne. Krećemo. Ko je razmišljao, nema veze, ko nije izračunao, nije izračunao. Opet ćete mi pokazati desetice čučnjem, jedinice pljeskanjem. Ali prati Davide ili vi koji niste žurili, prati kad ja lupnem, ideš prema dolje. Idemo. 3, 4. Staneš, čučneš. Nema, bravo, bravo. Nema pljeska. Nema veze. Koliko tara je rezultat? 30. 3 desetice, 0 jedinica. Bravo. Reci mi odgovor, Marko Pjajić. Ne, Ivan, kako bi rekao odgovor na to pitanje? Pitanje glasi koliko je težina?
Težina trećeg šarana je
30 čega? Kilograma, bravo. To. Ispod slike opiši koliko teži prvi šaran. Te na koliko teži prvi šaran?
24.
24 kile. Drugi šaran, Nika?
18.
Drugi šaran je 18. A treći šaran? Petra, meni?
12.
Treći šaran ne. Treći šaran, Bruna? 30. Bravo. I ovdje dolje trebaš upisati račun od prva 2 šarana zajedno. Koliko je to, Nika?
To je 42.
I tu dolje upisuješ 42. Bravo. Ovo ćemo riješiti dalje. Ništa dalje. Ribica. Još malo ribica da vidim ribice. O, imamo i velike i male. Bravo. A kako se kreću, recimo, kupci? Na mjestu, pokaži na mjestu. Ok, kako se kreće, recimo, jelen ili antilopa, što mislite? Bravo. To, ajmo još malo. Kako se kreće noj? A zmija? Bez glasanja. Rekli smo bez glasanja. Odlično, kako bi se kretao pingvin, ali na mjestu. Bravo, pingvinčići moji mali. Idemo još kako nam se kreće šišmiš. Odlično. Sjedite ovako, sad ćete dobiti kartice. Svako će dobiti jednu karticu. 12. Računaju sebi. 63 plus 12. Ne diži ruku. Dajemo kratko vremena. Neka ustane Deva. Deva, gdje je druga Deva? Deva, recite odgovor, Deve.
75.
Robi?
75.
A recite što je Deva? Ptica? Sisavac? Što je Deva? Što mislite? Ajmo brzo. Deva. Robi, znaš što je Deva? Ko mu može pomoći? Sara. Bravo. Sjednite, Deve. Sljedeći zadatak. 23 plus 35. Računaš brzo. Šišmiš, ustani. Recite odgovor.
78.
Bravo. Što je šišmiš?
Sisavac.
Bravo, slično. Ajmo dalje. 59 plus 13. Ustani pingvin. Pingvini. Gdje su pingvini? Bravo. Ajmo odgovor.
72.
Bravo, Nika, brzo si. Što je pingvin? Što je pingvin?
Sisavac.
Ptica koja, ja mislim da leti, jel tako? Ajmo. 66 minus 34, malo oduzimanja. Zmije. Gdje je druga zmija? Ajmo, bravo, Lea, ti si bila brža. Što je zmija? To mi smo sad rekli, a smo učili. Ma. Ajmo dalje, sjedi. Idemo još 3-4, molim da svi moramo. 45 minus 80. Ovo nije teško, molim da se ustane faun. Fauni.
15.
Bravo, što je faun? Bravo, idemo dalje. 45 minus 25. 27. Još sam izbacila kraticu. Aha. 45 minus 72. Slon. Slonovi.
To je 27. To je 8.
45 minus 27.
18.
18. Bravo. Gleda, ustani antilope. Ako znaš rezultat, reci.
52.
Bravo. Što je antilopa? Bravo, ajmo dalje. 50 plus 49. Šaran. Šaran, ustani. Gdje je drugi? Bravo. Što je šaran? Riba. Sjedni šaran. 46 plus 25. Ima li tko Emu? Emu, to vam je ono kao noj. Emu, vidjeli smo ga.
Pokaži meni.
40.
To je noj.
Pokaži meni.
Bravo. 71. Znaš li što je Emu?
Pogledaj na slici.
Da, na što ti liči? Sliči. Dobro. 43 minus 21. Noj? Noj, ustani.
22.
Bravo. Što je noj?
Noj je
Dobro. 86 minus 41. Neka ustane Petra. Tišina. Jelen. Jelen, koji me Jelena?
45.
Bravo. Što je Jelen? Što je Jelen? Što je Jelen? Gdje pripada? Riba, ptica, sisa, masa. Bravo. Ajmo 100 minus 52. Svi računaju sebi. Možda ću prozvat opet Noja. Ali neću. Sad je morski pas. Koji ima morskog psa. Ma bravo, Marko, sve još nije ustao, ti si već...
62.
Bravo, hvala, jesmo svi bili? Bravo, sjednite.
A što je sova?
Što se tiče matematike, gotovi smo sličice, ćete mi vratiti, jer ovdje dolaze druga grupa ili...
Ne, ja idem
Stavamo, okej.
I ostaćeš sjediti i dalje u tišini. Ako ne želiš, spustiš ruke, znači ne trebaš ih nigdje im pokazivati, tako da znam da ti ne želiš to, drago. Zašto pričamo? Tako da sa vrtićem radim, a ne sa drugim radom.
Ali obzirom da vidim da ste malo umorni, ćemo svi napraviti jedno 15 čučnjeva na moj znak. Zato što ste ovdje trčali, vidim da vam treba trčati. Nakon moj znak, ne mora raditi. Čekaj, ja ću brojat. Radit ćemo se napraviti mjesto mjesto. Radionicu, izbacit ću svu matematiku koju sam pripremila za vas. To ćemo gledati kasnije. I onda imamo puno više vremena. A sada otišli par imali bi 10 minuta parka, ne biste uspjeli svi skakati, i sad ovo je puno bolja verzija. Može i 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, ne može 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I sada, još jeste li se iskakali? Sad slušaj ovako, prije nego uđemo unutra. Još malo. Jeste, molim vas.
And the people from this project are here. So that's our project. It's third year already in our school, and we were together in Finland. And we saw their teacher in Finland working in Mutala Koulu, total school monitoring. And for me, it was something amazing. So it was something really, really nice. And they have during the breaks, they have a big playground outside. child has to go out. It doesn't matter if whether it's cold or not. And they play outside for half an hour every day during the school break. And during the school hours, they can like you do. So many breaks with movement. I was used to do like this, something like this, but only from intuition, something. I haven't learned a lot about it, a little bit. And it was the first time I saw one school systematically does something. And then we heard Yanya, and when she was making some workshop or something for principals in Zagreb. And it was supposed to be about ICT, and it was ICT and movement. ICT and movement, and movement and ICT. And I thought this woman is thinking just like we are. And then we went to your school and learned really a lot. In one day we learned really a lot. 1 week in Mutalankovo and 1 day in Filosofija, Barakonda and you. And it was really big one input. And then we got the idea to make this one Zoom school. So I want to hear how do you like it? Do you have something like this in Ljubljana? With Ljubljana Zoo, some programs? Do you go to Ljubljana Zoo?
We go. First graders for the whole day.
The small ones?
It's not so close.
It's not so close, but do they have educational programs? Yes. And you do it with them, or is it expensive?
Yeah, the bus.
The bus is.
Adventures.
These 4 programs, but I needed to do my stuff, my curriculum. And it was difficult to do everything, and I can't let 1 week without doing. And then we decided to do like this, like Maria and Marina. Maria is educator from Zoo, so she does Zoo programs, and Maria is teachers from this class. So Maria gave Marina this program, what is going to be, which animals are going to be in this program. And then Marina made this math part connected to this program. And this is how this develops. And Marina is a really young teacher and really new in this school of the most, so she was a little bit shy. Maybe she didn't show it. But for her, this was for her first time public expression. And yes, she did it really good. And she forgot some more movement, but okay. Okay, you know. Yeah. So I think it was okay. And if you have any questions about this or something, or if you can tell us what do you do your school on the wall till Maria comes with her program for us, it would be interesting. So if you have any questions about this program you saw, or about any other programs?
We don't have schools on the move in Spain. We don't have break time between lessons. One lesson finishes at 10 and the next one starts at 10. It's like this. But we have a break, 30 minutes break every day. Outside, of course. We have some.
But I think what's interesting for us to hear, maybe they don't know, your class, Laura, how old are they?
I will tell you that, yeah. In my class, when she teaches 3 years old kids.
Oh, yeah. 3 years old.
In Spain, schools are from 3 years old to 12.
Oh.
And then, yes.
I think it's too.
State schools are from 3 to 12. Then from 13 to 16 you have secondary schools, that is compulsory, and then in capital letters, yes.
Like combination school
And being able to draw 1, 2, and 3, and knowing know colors and a lot of things. But for our government, this is important, but it's not important to teach kids how to put the jacket or need. They think that life is not important. Please teach them. In 4 years old, they must be able to read capital letters, words of name of animals, colors, and the names of the partners on the table in the school. And in 5 years old, we turn these capital letters into write type, not script, write. So when they arrive to 6 years old, they must read and be able to write in capital letters and script.
Yeah.
And then in 2nd grade, we change write into script. So we are doing a big mess with kids. In 5 years, we changed the letters 4 times. And we don't care about jackets, and we don't care about how to teach them stupid. And we want to change everything in our school, but it's quite impossible because teachers said they pay me to teach. They must be here to learn. That's what we do in Spain, but we play and play. And sound, yes. Also we yes, we're Spanish, we can.
Yeah, I think Laura is starting to look for us like a Batman or Spider-Man.
She said yesterday, I'm not going to come back to Spain, I will stay here. And in 3 years old we have 24, only one teacher, and she has one autist in the classroom, and also one girl with following of social services. Also 6 Muslims, 1 Bulgarian, 2 Armenians, and I think 2 South Americans. No. Banya, 1 South American.
Yeah.
And it's not, wow, not in your classroom, but in the rest of the school we have a lot of Chinese. And also we are expecting now, because you know in South America the seasons are completely different, so we are expecting a lot of movement from children from Venezuela. And they are coming to Spain, and they are looking for big cities like Valencia, because it's easy to find a job, and they are asking for political refugees because of the situation in Venezuela. I was to manage the school, so I do it my free time. Yes, it's the reason in Spain not many people want to be principals, because it's not well paid and you use a lot of time from your family and from your free time. But I have a marvelous family that help me and support me, and a beautiful staff that believe me and trust me.
What about the teachers? Do you have enough teachers?
I have the teachers that they said I need to have. So yes, I have, but actually are not enough. There are not enough teachers. We don't have enough teachers to attend these kids with disabilities. We have at school 6 or 7 kids with strong and hard and heavy problems, mental health, autism.
Themselves with the people, with us. So I usually tell them that, for example, that our hands are the same metric system as our height. So if we use our hands, then we can tell how tall we are.
This is
Okay, so the main difference between omnivore and carnivore is in the design of the teeth. For example, the meat eaters, carnivores, they really have sharp teeth, which they cut the meat. These are
whole morning you have to move and to run and to build animals. I think it's okay, it's good.
Yeah, it's the best way to learn for me.
And in the end of each program, you have a living animal.
Yes, we have usually use snake because snake is the most popular animal to show, but we also use turtles, lizards, and one specific bug. It's called stick insect. You probably heard of it. He pretends to it the whole day. We have a milk snake. It's an It's not Croatian snake, it's a North American snake, and she's actually pretending to be poisonous. So she's pretending to be one of the poisonous snakes that live in Northern America, but she's harmless. So Sanya can be a first person to hold it. So it's also important. For example, I'm a bad example right now because I have this on my arm and a watch on my arm. It should be the best if you don't have anything because she can put her tail underneath and do this, and then you're in trouble because she's stopping your bloodstream. So it's best if you don't have anything on your hands. So just gently you can take her. It's important not to squeeze her. Just gently holding her like that. And if she moves, then you will also move your hands for her to be able to adjust to your hands.
She's making what?
She's using her tongue because snakes cannot smell with the nose. They smell, they can sense smell with their tongue. So that's why she's always doing that with her tongue. So, tickles. Tickles.
Oh, she's making a knot, yes. Will she be able to go out? Who wants to try it?
You will get right here, so one by one.
You can remind you very much.
She wants you to be together.
Wait a week and
She's behind the ring. Oh no, she does.
Naturally, she will try to escape, but if you are a calm person, she will sense that and then she will try to just wrap around your hands and stay there. Because we are warm and they love warm, so they will always try to go near the heart or somewhere behind your back where we are the warmest.
What did the children say? All mammals have lung.
Yes.
She's not mammal, but she has. Nice.
She can sense the smell, but if you're not smelling as a rat or a mouse, then it's okay.
So she will react. No, just put it like this. Don't squeeze it, just a little bit. She can still see.
Here. Anya, she is the principal of the school in Ljubljana. And then I told you about my vision of school. I saw it at your school, then I saw it in Slovenia. First school, now we have something, now we have this in Zoom. Now we that's why I'm very happy.
So you know.
Thank you too. It's because of you.
It's because you made the first move
Yes,
to
she's trying
visit
to
some
find that.
Nothing comes to you. You have to go.
We wrote after we came from Finland. I had Janja, and then we wrote a mail, Janja, dear principal from some school in Slovenia. It was really nice to listen to you. And then she said, you can come. And okay.
It was really strong when it.
Yes.
Whoa. Yeah,
Hi, my guys. I'm Malina from Utala School. I'm from Finland. From Joensuu, actually. And our school has been a part of the Schools on the Move for many years now already.
And one of my teachers, who is Daria, is more expert on the schools on the move, but I can tell you some things that I know and about the practices that we do. So for us, schools on the move doesn't only mean that we make the kids move, we add movement to the breaks and to the recess, but also we want to make the learning active. We want to make the pupils active learners. That's really important for us. But okay, for the recess, we have one lesson for 45 minutes, and then we have 15 minutes break, and one long break for 30 minutes. And the kids are outside every day, despite the weather. We have a lot of equipment for the kids to use outside, so we want to motivate them to move, because we think that a child can concentrate for maybe 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes if we are lucky, and they need a break. Their brain needs a break. And we have a lot of nice things. We have dancing mats, so the kids can play inside, they can dance inside, they can drive pedal cars outside. So we add movement to the day. But in addition, we want to make sure that they move when they are learning. I had a very interesting talk with our Japanese cultural ambassador, who was in Spain as well, in Madrid actually, and he was comparing European school culture, the school culture in Madrid, and also the school culture in our school, and their school culture in Japan. And he said that he noticed that in our school, the kids are more free to move, they are more free to do group work, they are more free to talk, they are more free to use also their body while learning, not only sitting down and concentrating on the book. So we have a lot of equipment that we use also to make kids learn more. And they're very simple things, like for example, okay, math lesson, we can do some math calculations, and then we go check the exercises, but before we run up and down the stairs. So very simple, but just to make the brain, relax a bit, and then they can concentrate again. Our teacher Daria is really, really brilliant in this, and she has motivated us to use all these techniques. And I think that we can see the results on our children. They are not so, they are more relaxed, they are more calm during the lessons. And when we want them to concentrate, I think they are more able to concentrate when they have a break.
And who pays this education for you?
It's for the project, and the project is ending because Joensuu city is now struggling with financial crisis, so this project is also ending. So now no new, we can't buy anything new for the project, but we want to continue all the activities that we have established so far, so we will continue with those. So it was a project money.
It was a project.
Yes.
The school didn't have to pay.
I think our principal is quite nice with these things, so I think he added some of the school's funding also. For example, for the dancing mats, the school pays a part. So combined.
For the education.
The education is for the. We have two teachers who are part of the project. We have Olli and Daria, and they were educated free. It was free for them. It was for the project money from the project money.
And then they brought it to the school.
Yes, yes, and introduced all these techniques and all these materials, and taught us how to use it also.
In Croatia, there's a problem. We don't have any possibility to get educated because we don't have it. So our only possibility was to go to you and learn something and to read and research of our own. So Tonka and I did it, and I think it comes one day. If somebody hears that we have neighbors with Slovenia, maybe something happens. And maybe you can tell us how is it with Slovenia, because they have really.
We can recognize male by its fur. It has longer fur down its throat and on his head. to let the animal to get to know you, to smell you. If she doesn't like you, then she will do something, probably spit because it's camel. But if you are okay, then she won't do anything. Just sniff you and that's it. Don't try to take what you want. Get a picture? And then go even though he has grass in his enclosure, he's taught to come closer because his keeper usually talks about him. So he's actually marking his territory. That's why lions use that kind of sound. He's telling everyone else, this is my kingdom. So, and we got females, okay, so we will move a little bit further for you to be able to see them. They don't like to hang out with the baby. They are night animals, but you can see mom and baby bathing in the pool. For the first 8 months, mom is carrying the baby on her back and they themselves when they are sleeping. They curl in a ball and then cover themselves with the tail.
Insta blanket.
Yeah, like a blanket. Yeah,
It's really rare. I'm really off here, but I haven't seen them yet. First time.
Of course, if they find some ants in the enclosure, they will eat it. But we cannot reproduce as much as they can eat. But mainly, all our animals have specially dried.